the crescenting of the new toolbox. And as my buddy Clay would say, it's Friday! What's going on, everyone? Justin again, as always, thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. So you can see, we back in black, baby. Black on black trim, MATCO 4S. I'm gonna go into some of the reasons why I chose this box, what's gonna happen with the car, what's gonna happen with the US General, why we went this route. But before I do, make sure to smash that little beer mug in the bottom right-hand corner, but don't tap it too hard. You might just spill it all over your PC, right? And we don't want that because you'll have a big old mess, and that would be a party foul. So go ahead and give that little beer mug a tap. That makes you a subscriber, and being a subscriber is pretty cool. Also, make sure to hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I post my next video or when we go live on TGIF, which just so happens to be tonight. So we're gonna have to make this a little bit quick. All right, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. So you guys know I have the Jamestown. Picked this cart up, I want to say about a year ago. It has been an absolute fantastic cart. Okay, here at the independent shop, I'm anywhere from one bay all the way to the other end of the bay. I average on the day, I'd say each day I average about 5 miles a day in walking, okay? Because we've got like an 8 to 10 bay shop. You never know what bay you're actually going to be in. So having a service car and having everything that I need at my disposal has been killer important in this trade as a mechanic, especially a heavy line mechanic. Now the US General 56-inch, you guys have seen me put transmissions on that. We've torn them apart. We've put drive shafts on there. You know that vices come in handy. We've been brazing on there, cutting things. I mean, you name it, I've done it. That US General 56 has been a workhorse to say the least. I think that ran $800 when I originally had gotten it, 200 for the vise, making it about $1,000 in total. But it has been a great box, especially for overflow. So for the things that I'm not using on a day-to-day that go in here, I've pretty much put in there. I've got a lot of blow molded cases too, and yeah, that does take up a lot of room, but it keeps everything neat and organized, and it's worked for me for years, okay? So I've enjoyed that. I think I've had that now for a little over 2 years. It's been a phenomenal box. This has been a phenomenal cart. This cart came in at around $2,500. I'm getting full value of this cart back from MATCO because I stayed with MATCO. So that's reason number one for going with the MATCO. Reason number two, I'm also going to be getting a Hutch that goes with this box, okay? And the reason for that is because at the dealership, I don't really know people all so well, okay? Here at the independent shop, it's a very family-oriented business. I trust everybody here with my life, with the tools and everything else. I never had a need to ever lock anything that I've ever owned here, okay? So it's been a very comfortable environment. So I've lost the keys to the 56 as a result. I don't lock it. The keys are still in the top drawer. So security is going to be big. So I wanted something that had a really strong tumbler system that was going to lock everything down. And of course I'm getting the matching Hutch so that way I can have my PC laptop up here, the scan tool, and whatever else I'm planning on putting up here. You guys know when I had the Icon toolbox that I said drawer depth was a big issue for me, okay? This does have some more depth as far as the drawers. It's a 3-bank toolbox, okay? We're going to go into some other features that are inside of it, but just for right now, you get the 2 USBs up here at the top left corner, plus the 110 volt. That's a very likable feature for me. So at the dealership, I'm pretty much going to be designated to one bay. If I ever need an extension cord and there's not power cords all over the place, just the one that my box is plugged into, I can run the extension cord from the box to the car and use my grinder, do whatever I got to do, right? Anything that's 110 corded I can use from the box. So it's not necessarily what I'm going to be using to plug the laptop in. The Hutch that I get should have built-in 110 plus LED, so that's going to power up the laptop and things like that. Let's go ahead and open up this box and take a look at the inside. All right, so here's the keys. Each key is uniquely designed to the box itself, and I should be able to have the tumblers match themselves as well. But on one side, it's got MATCO, the other side, it's got an American flag. This toolbox is made in the USA. They've put their little emblem on here. Made in the USA from Global Land Domestic Components. So you really got to push in. It's spring loaded. And then turn back. The concrete's a little off kilter. The box is fine. But pretty heavy duty drawer. Pulls all the way out. We got 2 drawer glides on each side. Let's take a look at underneath and see the support braces. Okay, so you can see here they got 1, 2, 3, 4 support braces that go all the way across for extra durability. All right, so from the inside back lip here to the edge of the box, we are about 1/8 under 21.5. If you take your fingernail and go along the inside lip, you'd be at 21.5. Inside to inside diameter, you'd be right pretty close, about 1/8 from 22.5. So you get another extra inch back in here. So that'll give you a good idea as far as the actual width or the depth of the box going this way. If we go from width to width, lengthwise, from inside to inside, you're roughly just under 49.5. If we go from edge to edge of the box, you're right around 48.75-ish. Okay, let's go with the height for the first drawer here. And we're at about 4.5 inches in total height. So plenty of space, in my opinion, especially in comparison to, say, something like the Harbor Freight 56. Trying to not push it across the uneven concrete. I'm gonna take a couple more measurements just to give you an idea of some of the drawers, because I'm sure you're interested. This next drawer here is from edge to edge, about the same, okay, about 48.75, and you're gonna be somewhere around 49.5 from underneath the lip of the box. From edge to edge, again, same diameter as the top, so just under 21.5, but then inside to inside, just under 22.5, so pretty much the same, right? Let's go with the height. So on this one, you're at 2.5 inches in total height for this drawer. For one of the bigger drawers here, this is my favorite, okay? This is a very important drawer for me. It is a power drawer. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 110 volts plus 2 USBs. I'm gonna move you guys around so you can see. Okay, hopefully that Stinger flashlight helps you guys to be able to see the various outlets that it has. It's got the same kind of cable design so it doesn't get pinched as it's rolling it back. This is gonna be a nice feature when I go to put in like my snap-on charger, the DeWalt charger, and then even the Makita. All right, let's go ahead and cover the dimensions of this drawer. So if we're going to the edge of the power bank adapter here, the plating here, you're right around 21.5 roughly. And then of course, edge to edge, you're at about 22. Now in total height, we are 5.5 inches for this drawer. And they give you one that's a little bit skinnier, but the dimensions of this, outside of this way to this way, the height and the depth this way is gonna be about the same as this one. I'm sure the drawer pulls all the way out, but again, I'm on uneven concrete, so all I'm doing is just moving the box. I don't wanna knock you guys over. But anyway, let's go ahead and cover the width part. Right here, we're at about 22.5 edge to edge. Inside to inside, roughly is the hair over 23. So everything else is pretty much gonna be the same as that upper drawer, like I said. You're at about 2.5 up, and you're about 22.5 this way. Big bottom drawer. So this is the one that your handles come in. We have not attached the handles just yet. We'll put those on top because I'm coming back tomorrow to do so. You get your owner's information packet. In this packet, you also get a MATCO keychain. And I did ask my MATCO rep about getting a name placard for it as well. Then they give you the certificate of authenticity, which we'll put here in our owner's manual. And then you get some touch-up paint for any little nips or scratches for the box. All right, so we get 1, 2 of the longer drawers. We get our power drawer, We get another one that's kind of like this one, but a little bit shorter. We got a deeper bottom drawer here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's a 16 drawer, 3-bay design. You get 2 swivel casters on this end. Down at the bottom, you get 2 swivel casters in the middle, and you get 2 fixed ones towards the end. I'm gonna open some other drawers just to see what this box is all about. Okay, all seems pretty good so far. I'm actually, if you see me gliding my hand across, I'm feeling for extra support braces, is what I'm doing. You do get the 2 glides on each side as well, and they are adjustable here on the ends. So I don't know if you guys saw what we did in the icon video, but this has different adjustments. You have 6 different settings depending on how you want this. You can move it one way or the other. We just either move the notches up or we can move them back down. So right now it's on a number 2 setting. Feels pretty stiff to me. That's okay. If we was to go all the way over to, let's say, 6, and then we make sure this one's at 6 as well. That's really firm. So that's if you're moving it around, right? So we're gonna notch this all the way back down to 2 for the meantime. Okay. See, it's a little bit easier to close. So just depends on how tight you want your drawer. All right, this has been a long time coming, all right? Those of you that have been following me for a little bit, if you watched the Toolbox video that I did, you would have seen every single toolbox that I've ever owned as a mechanic along the way. From the time that I started at community college, to the very first dealership I was at, to the second, to the independent shop, and everything in between, and now we're getting ready to go back to the dealership. At the dealership, there's a little bit of some spacing issue, right? Because everyone's got a workbench and they got a vise. There's not really a lot of room to have this box, that box, and a mobile diagnostic table. And since I pretty much am gonna have one bay to myself, I'm really only gonna need the bigger box. So we went ahead and traded this in, and we did pay cash money for this toolbox, okay? I'm not gonna go into all the details as far as how much I actually paid for this box. I will tell you how much this box costs for the bottom as well as the top. And what it costs for bottom and top is right around the $13,000 mark, okay? I got $2,500 knocked off because I'm trading in the MATCO service car, which is a pretty much same value as I paid for it. So I didn't get any love lost there. They totally took care of me on that. That's why I love my MATCO rep. Every box I bought from him, he's pretty much gave me the same dollar value for it. But there's one key important thing here. On my toolbox, you would have noticed I did have a little sticker here, I have my little emblem here, and I have another sticker. I don't typically like putting stickers on toolboxes. I haven't liked doing this in years, not since I had the Bumblebee, which was my DeWalt one, because it defaces the value of this property. People who keep the upkeep on their toolboxes and keep them clean, they are gonna get full dollar value out of their toolbox or service cart when they go to trade it in. These stickers that I put on are very easy to take off, and I plan on cleaning this thing thoroughly. Okay, you guys know I really don't clean everything. I don't clean my tools, and I don't spend every week cleaning on polishing my box. There is a toolbox cleaner that you guys can pick up, and I will put the Instagram link to their page in the description for you guys. The stuff smells amazing, like you're in the tropics, okay? And it's a wonderful cleaner. What's very important about the cleaner, you cannot go using Windex for something like this. And I found this out today as I was asking questions about this because I don't have any toolbox cleaner on hand. But you want to make sure it's ammonia free, because if it has ammonia in it, you're gonna take layers of the gloss or the finish of your toolbox off, and that's bad news. So if you're gonna use something that's not made by Toolbox Cleaners, get the spray away glass cleaner. I think you can pick this up over at Riley's. Foam activating, ammonia free, okay? And a microfiber rag, because we don't want to scratch the box, okay? Don't use a shop rag, because the shop rags, when they're cleaned by the company, they have fragments of metal in here, right? So you're wiping off something greasy, sometimes there's shards of metal that get on it, etc. You can't get all that out no matter what kind of washing company you have. So these little fragments of metal, you're just asking for further issues by using a shop rag, so don't do that. Get some microfiber rags. Look, I think they're $1.99 for a 3-pack or something from Harbor Freight. Do yourself that favor. So this box, look, money talks and bullshit walks, all right? I've told you guys before, I don't like taking out credit if I don't have to. I still have a small MATCO credit account, and my most recent biggest purchase, which was just under a year ago, was the diagnostic scan tool from Snap-on, and we did take credit out for that. Not a big deal, but I'm in a different position in life than you guys are. So if you're a younger mechanic or technician starting off, I'm gonna share this with you guys one more time. Do as I say, not as I do. But also do as I did. Because I started off with US General when I went to community college. Worked my way into a Pro Box series. Had some issues, right? Took care of those issues, and slowly but surely over time, still buying cheaper toolboxes so much as I can afford to, and a nice service cart. Put all my money into the service cart first, and had an overflow with a cheap company. But now I'm taking it to the next level, okay? We're gonna go, this is my retirement present. This is my birthday present, my retirement present. This is a present to myself of a decade worth of wrench turning, and I'm happy to say that I'm a proud owner now of this MATCO 4S. This very well be the very last toolbox that I ever buy. But I am getting the add-on Hutch. That is the next plan. And we're paying for that in cash. Okay? So we're not putting any part that's going attached to this box on credit. I'm also going to get the locker after a little bit. So if you can, save your money. If you save your money, you can pay for these things in cash, and you don't have to put them on credit. And that's a hell of a nice thing, to say that you own it outright. So that's all I got for this video, guys. I'm getting ready to head back to the house for beer and bullshit, because it's TGIF. Smash the thumbs up button on the way out the door. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time. Cheers and deuces.